Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Harvey, I got that work, now rock out. Trent Harvey, I got that work, now rock out.
There we go. That up. Tried. You already know. What you up to, Sacred? I tried to link my TikTok too, but I don't think it worked. But I think I should be live on YouTube too right now. But I don't think the one for TikTok worked. So I'm not sure. I think for TikTok, I might have to go through TikTok Studio, which means I'm not going to be able to multi-stream it. No, I'm not on private on YouTube because I actually got the notification on my phone this time. Yeah, it's up on my phone too. It should have worked this time. We working out the kinks. I just kind of threw TikTok in there just to see if I was going to be able to do it. It's okay if it doesn't work. Just going to try it. Because for some reason, like, it let me link it, but I feel like I have to use TikTok Studio. So it's all good. Boom, boom, boom. Exactly. Listen, most of it's always trial and error anyway. But I'm not going to stop the stream because one of them didn't work since two of them are going. So we good for now. I'll just work some more on that this week. Because I'm on vacation again. What's up, Matrix? We about to be straight chilling this week. Yeah, I just wanted to see because I feel like of all of my stuff, like the sports cast will probably do the best on TikTok as opposed to like my gaming streams. How you doing, Matrix? It's good to see you. Good to see you. I'm trying, Matrix. It's already difficult for me to manage two channels. And then to try to manage both channels across like 2 or 3 platforms. Woo! I'm building up to it. Doing 2 right now. is already some work, but I'm definitely trying to add a third. Yeah, but I do want to get one of my modes up and running on TikTok. It just feels like for TikTok, like I have to use the TikTok Studio, which I can't have TikTok Studio up and one of my other, like I can't have TikTok Studio up, OBS, and Meld. Because even though on Meld it let me link my TikTok, but it didn't. It still didn't go live on TikTok. So I'll work on it some more this week. No worries, no worries. Bum 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 bum. I have to rethink a little bit of the format too, because when I'm live on YouTube, we can't watch highlights. I did notice that last stream. Why wouldn't you pull the trigger? I mean, I'm just saying. Why wouldn't you? Tell everybody. Find a game, at least go to one. If that's the game you can go to, might as well do it. I know. It's all good. Like, it is what it is. We can still break down the game. I just won't have like a highlight playing while I'm talking. So, it's all good. It is what it is. Like I said, all this is trial and error, trying to be on multiple platforms. So, we see what works, see what doesn't works, and we'll nail down everything. Listen, I gotta look and see if I can even make it to another game this season. A lot of their later matchups are like the higher price tickets, so we'll see. Cause I mean, we still got some time because we still got August and September. I probably won't make another game this month, but I'll have to look at August and see what type of home game do we got. Especially ones that's on the weekend. I can't be doing no Tuesday and Wednesday games. Yeah, them prices are crazy. But I mean, for the aces, I understand because I mean, you got Asia Wilson, you got Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young out there. So the aces, I definitely understand. So glad I got this little phone stand because now I can see my stats right here. Also, since you guys voted on the shoes, That's why another reason why I wanted to stream it through TikTok, because I had people vote on the shoes on TikTok, so it would have been nice to have been able to show them one of the winners. So I got my shoe cam and all going. Let's see. Pop that up real quick. There we go. Let's see if y'all can see the shoes. It's not close enough. This is kind of blocking it. I'll move this for a second. But yes, we got the candy corn A1s. And I love how the colors just like blend into one another. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys a close up. Because let's see. There we go. Gotta get the angle right. But like the way the colors just kind of flow into one another, like it looks good. And then the ends of the shoelaces are like a candy corn. So like the regular shoelaces are just white, but the ends of them look like candy corn, which I thought was kind of cool. A cool thing to just like throw in there. But like I said, I don't like candy corn, but these shoes came out really good. Really good. So, this is pair 11 of 12. I got one more I gotta get, which I'm probably gonna get next month. I try to spread out the spending a little bit. Spread out the spending a little bit, y'all know. But yeah. So we almost at that 12 pair of A1s. Almost there. I'm also trying to figure out another way that I can like permanently place like a shoe cam. But most of the cam cords aren't that long to like plug into the PC. So, because I would like to like be able to give you guys like a consistent view, a good view of the shoes when I'm wearing the shoes, obviously. But what's today's date? 18th. Okay, I went way down the schedule. I was confused for a second. Today, okay, there we go. All right, let's go back to yesterday's scores. Whew. But yes, I in no way endorse candy corn. In no way do I endorse candy corn. Never, ever, ever. I feel bad because Asia actually likes candy corn, which is obviously why the colorway became an option. But yeah, no, I'm good on that. The shoes is the closest I'm gonna come to having something candy corn related. But I always keep the cam available. But I definitely have to figure out like a more permanent spot. Listen, you always gonna get a sus face from me if you like candy corn. Cause to me, candy corn, I feel like you're basically eating wax. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like you're eating wax. You're eating wax. That's how I feel about it. Whew. All right, y'all. But today's episode is not going to be very long, as I'm just going to talk a little bit about the games from last night, the upcoming games, some highlights, the usual. It depends on which type of Twizzlers. That's what I'm gonna say about Twizzlers. It depends on what type of Twizzlers. I don't like all the variations of Twizzlers. Air fried tires. Yo, that description is crazy. But yeah, BFK, I still gotta find some clothes that match these shoes. Because I definitely gotta find like one way to like wear them outside. At least for the one time. See, the version of Twizzlers that I like is I like the pull apart Twizzlers. Which probably doesn't make it any better, but there it is. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, BFK, I don't know if I told you, but I told Sacred, I finally found out that Olivia Miles mostly plays in Adidas. So that's at least the brand. Now, I'm not 100% sure which version of the Adidas, but she's definitely been rocking Adidas. But she's also not signed with anybody as far as shoes just yet. So we'll see what happens. But she is rocking Adidas most games. I gotta update my list because so far I have Asia's shoe, I have Angel Reese's shoe, I have Sabrina's shoe, and so there's a couple more players out there that I gotta figure out how to get their shoe or their like specific colorway or whatever they got. There's a couple WNBA players signed with Adidas, but not too many of them like specifically have their own Adidas shoe. So I don't know what's going on with the players that are signed with Adidas, to be honest. Because Boston has a colorway, but it's like somebody else's shoe with Adidas. It's not like her shoe. But I might try to get those because I do like the color of that shoe. And then Jackie Young is with Skechers, but like hers, like she'll have someone in the game, but she doesn't have like none of the shoes like have her name on it or her number on it. Like the shoes that I got, like you can tell in some way like what player that shoe is, and that's kind of the collection I want to have. Is like when people have a shoe that has their name and their number on it, like it's their shoe. Like I'm trying to get at least one for a lot of the different players in the league. So I gotta figure out some more for Jackie Young. So yeah, because some of the players it's gonna be really, really difficult to try to get a shoe for them. But if the shoes are available, I'm gonna find a way to get it. You gonna find a way. Find a way. Yeah. all the players that I have at least 2 pair for that player. Of course, Asia I have 11, but Sabrina's I think I have 3, and Angel Reese's I have 2. I forgot about my computer falling asleep. Listen, I know that 11 is crazy, but I also don't regret it at all. It's definitely not a decision that I have any doubts or any regrets about. I'm sorry, I gotta put something up on my computer, otherwise it falls asleep. Trying to get a stream up and it is bugging. I need my computer to stay awake so I can read the chat. Mute that. All right. But yeah, trust me, I do realize that 11 pairs of anybody's shoe is kind of crazy, but it's no crazier than people who collect Jordans. No crazier than that. And if I were going to do it for anybody, it would have been one of the players in the W. It just so happened to be Asia Wilson. So, I stand by my collection. We got one more to go to get it to be 12. And then the display case that holds 12 shoes will be full of A1s. So I'm actually kind of excited about that because I think that's pretty cool. Also, you guys know, just like on my other channel, you guys are free to clip stuff, funny or otherwise. You are free to clip on this channel as well. I do not have my Mabry jersey yet. I am very torn right now because I also kind of want to get Olivia Miles' rookie All-Star jersey. Because hers is the blue jersey. And so I kind of want to get her All-Star rookie jersey. So I'm a little bit torn. But Miles and Mabry are at the top of my list as jerseys right now. Like, those are the 2 main people I'm trying to get their jersey right now. Ba-boom, boom, boom. Ba-boom, boom, boom. So, Miles and Mabry are definitely at the very top of my list as far as jerseys. Because for the most part, I have everybody else that I want. And Miles' jersey is actually available. Mabry's, I have not been able to. Mabry, I have not been able to find as of yet. Like, hers is not readily available for some reason. But yeah, So I definitely think Mabry's is going to be the hardest for me to get for some reason. I'll definitely be able to find Miles. Hers has been popping up a lot more. Even her Minnesota one. For some reason, the Toronto jerseys are not super readily available. Yeah, that All-Star blue jersey is looking kind of nice. Just saying. It's tough though because for Miles, I also want that black and blue jersey that they have. I just be one too much jersey wise. That's all I'm gonna say. And I already know. I know I got a problem, y'all. It is what it is at this point. I don't think I can share this. Let's see. Can I? Oh shoot, that's not what I was trying to do. But oh shoot, not that. Wait, isn't that who? Didn't the Aces just sign her? Wait a minute. I feel like I definitely just saw that name. Transactions. I knew it. You and your aces. I swear. That's so funny. Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing until I see him on the court. All right, let's see. Let's get into last night's games because I'm just gonna go ahead and put out there. Caitlin Clark had a crazy stat line last night. I was definitely surprised, but I'm also not a hater. So she had a crazy stat line. She had a crazy stat line last night. At least from what I saw. I did not see some of the numbers, but most of them I did. And I didn't watch the whole game, so I can't really speak for how the game went. But 45 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Okay, there it is. So she did have 4 turnovers and 4 fouls. But despite that, dropping 45 and 10 that's a really good stat line. So, and I know there was quite a few controversial calls in that game, but I'm not going to get into that because they have been going crazy on social media, and I will, like I told y'all, my channel, I'm not going to be feeding into the clickbait, rage bait, all of that. I'm just going to just about any player that if a player has a great stat line, I'm going to talk about it. I don't care what player it is, what team they play on. When a player has a good stat line, I'm like, you know what? They had the heck of a game. And that's what it is. It doesn't mean anything as far as like the whole season and if they should be getting awards and if they're the best of blah, blah, blah. It's literally, they had a heck of a game. Okay. And so when I'm watching players, I'm mostly looking at the patterns of that player. Are they consistent? Are they up and down? Does their production help the team win? Does their lack of production help the team not win? Those type of things. And so just looking at it, she had a great stat line. They got the win by 3 points. So, and the crazy thing is, Kelsey Mitchell had 30 herself. Like, that's crazy. Both of them going off in the same game has not happened a lot in the 2 years they've been playing together. And so, I guess if you're an indie fan, that's probably a good sign to see both of them go off at the same time and it turned into a win. But like I said, this was one game. Just like I don't overplay her bad games. It was a game. Now, we about to be at the halfway point. So once we get to All-Star Weekend, I could look at what players are averaging and kind of see how they're trending. But like I said, she had a heck of a game last night. So kudos to Caitlin Clark. And y'all already know, all I said, I don't have nothing bad to say about anybody. Just hoop, produce on the court. Like if a lot of talk is happening, produce on the court. When you produce on the court, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So for now, she produced on the court. Last night she produced. Is it going to be repeated? Time will tell. So until then, that's exactly what it is. She had a great stat line last night, and Indiana got the win. Some other great stuff happened last night. Nneka Ogwumike became the leading player in Sparks history for points. So she passed Lisa Leslie, which is crazy, but also fantastic for Nneka because Nneka is a great person and great player, and she's been a key player in like all of the stuff that's been improved in the league. She's been a key player in it. So shouts out to Nneka for becoming the leading points person for the LA Sparks. And Leslie was at the game, and Leslie congratulated her. So congrats to Nneka. Super happy for her. She's been fantastic since her Stanford days. And hopefully eventually she'll get some of them higher up positions in the league because she fights for the players and what the players deserve and what the players need. So I'm hoping that once she does hang up her jersey, she'll end up somewhere in the higher offices. That's my hopes. But shouts out to Nneka. Definitely a major thing for her. Let me see. Atlanta beat Toronto. I saw a few things happen in that game too. So yeah. Let's see. Maybe dropped her usual 26. Y'all know I love me some Money Mabry. Let's see what Atlanta players do. Oh, everybody was dropping double figures for Atlanta. Nas had 24. Reese had 23. Gray 18. Canada 18. And 13 assists. Okay, Canada. Ryan had 10. Berlace had 10 off the bench. That's the type of numbers I'm talking about for Canada. Reese had another double-double. So, but it's good to see the pieces of Atlanta trying to really put it all together. And we all know that those things take time. Even anytime you add a big piece or you change a big piece, like it's going to take some time for all those pieces to connect. Like you saw flashes of different pieces connecting, but they definitely going to be a dangerous team. So I'm excited to see that work out for them. But yeah, I know that was the biggest storylines from last night. Chicago got a win. Let's see, what was their box score? Taylor, 19. Cloud, 15. Cardoso had a double-double. That's good. NECA had a double-double, 18 and 12. Yeah, I know LA is ready for Plum to come back. All right, so we got 3 games today. New York plays at Indiana. That should be interesting. Portland plays at Minnesota, and Washington plays at Golden State. So that's the 3 games today. All right, we're gonna look at the standings, and I'm gonna give y'all my rundown of kind of where everybody is and if they're where I thought they were gonna be. My app standings. Okay. All right. So obviously we'll start at the top, and of course at the top we got good old Minnesota Lynx, which that's not really a surprise any year anymore because that organization and Cheryl Reeve have they're always in the mix. Like no matter what's going on, they find a way to be in the mix. So I'm definitely not surprised by Minnesota being at the number 1. It's definitely a little bit of a surprise just because they're led by a rookie point guard, and so we all know they still had a good roster, and Fee was going to be out most of the year. So Cheryl Reeve being able to put a rookie point guard in there, trusting her, and also teaching and all those things is just it's never amazes me. Every year they find a way. Every year they find a way to be at the top of the league. So, and y'all know right now, I would say Olivia Miles is like my second favorite PG to watch, especially as far as passing. Chelsea Gray's still number 1 for me as far as a PG and their passing ability. But Olivia Miles is in that number 2 spot for me. I've enjoyed watching Jordan Canada. And I know people have their up and down opinions about Canada, but I enjoy watching Canada play as well. So I'm actually excited for Minnesota and Olivia Miles. At the number 2 spot, we got Golden State, which is a little surprising. I definitely saw them being in the top 5 just because of how well they showed they could play last year. But them being the number 2 spot is really good. Like I said, they have a lot of good shooters, but they also play defense, and they play well as an entire unit from the starters to the bench players. So looking at their team as a whole is not really a surprise. It's just I definitely didn't see them being at 2. I thought maybe 4 or 5, to be honest. But I'm happy for them too, because I enjoy watching Golden State play. I ain't got no problem with it. Then we got the Aces in the 3rd spot, which that doesn't really surprise me because I definitely thought the Aces was going to be like 2 or 3. Just because the last couple years they've come out the gate slow. So it doesn't make me nervous that they're not the number 1 spot because the last couple years they've come out the gate slow and still dominated. So that doesn't really make me nervous or surprise me either. And then we got Dallas in the 4th spot. That's actually a pretty good spot for them. They're still figuring some stuff out, but they are playing better, more consistently than they were last year. Because the last few years, they have probably been the most roller coaster team, at least in my opinion, as far as like wins, losses, playing well, playing horrible. Like they've been the most roller coaster team to me the last few seasons. And I think this year they've been more consistent at putting together games where they play really well, and then every once in a while there'll be that game where they play terrible. And so they're doing good. Fudd is doing good. She's kind of really coming into her role and what she's doing on the team as well. She had a little bit of a slow start, but that's not out of the norm for a rookie. It's normal for rookies to can have a slow start. It's usually out of the norm when a rookie just comes out of the gate just like crushing everything. Um, but I think Dallas will be fine. Then we got Atlanta at number 5. I think that's a good spot for them as well because, like I said, they've been trying to gel all their pieces together. They've been getting a piece here and a piece there. They also had another player come back from injury last night, so they got another piece to work in that rotation and that connection that they have. So I think they're in a good spot because they've been at least winning while trying to get those pieces together. Indiana's sitting at 6. I think that's relatively a normal spot for them, at least in my opinion as well, because they're just not overly better than a lot of other teams that are like whole teams. They'll squeak out some good wins. They'll have some really good games, but they don't have that connectivity that, like, say the top 3 or 4 teams have. Like the top 3 or 4 teams definitely have a little bit more of a team connectivity than all the teams underneath them. The 7th spot, this is a surprise for me. The Liberty being at the 7th spot is definitely a surprise, at least to me, because their team hasn't really changed all that much. And I know that Sabrina's was coming back from injuries and all that stuff, but it feels like they should have more figured out by now. And I know that probably sounds terrible, but with the pieces that they have, I feel like more things should already have been figured out at this point. Like, I don't know, their connectivity is not what I expected. And it feels like ever since they finally won their championship, like their connection and their teamwork and their cohesiveness hasn't gotten better. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like ever since they won the championship, like usually at least win the championship, if you keep the team, that connection feels a little bit stronger and a little bit better. But when I watch the Liberty, it doesn't feel that way. So I don't know, but that's just me watching. So take it how you want. And then the 8th spot, we got my Washington Mystics, which this isn't. This I feel like this would be kind of where I saw them, that 7-8 spot, just because we are really young, but we have really good players and they compete. So no matter who they're playing, like they're going to compete and they're going to try to get the win. Now, sometimes their youth catches up to them and they're not able to close a game, but they're actually getting like firsthand experience of figuring that out. Okay, we did not win that close game. Why didn't we? Go back to film, the decision making in the 4th quarter, or who took the certain shot, blah, 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 blah. So the young players are getting that firsthand so that going down the line, they can adjust accordingly and get better that way. So I'm excited for my Mystics, and I already knew this season was going to be some growing pains. So I'm actually okay with them being in the 8th spot right now. So hopefully the second half of the season, some of those games we lost in the first half, we won't lose those in the second half of the season. But time will tell, so we'll see. All right, I'm going to take a little mini break because that was 8 of the 15 teams. But that's my breakdown of the first 8 teams in the standings. All right, let me see. Gets a little bit of these comments. Yes, and Matrix, Olivia Miles is super tough. I love watching Olivia Miles. I can't wait to eventually get her jersey and put it on the wall. And I love how she controls the game. And that's one of the things that separates the different level of point guards on any level, professional, college, high school, whatever. That's what separates the really really good point guards from just, good point guards, decent point guard, the point guard that controls the game offensively, defensively, getting people where they need to be to get the shots they need. And it's okay if like not all point guards are going to be that way. That's just the nature of the game. And so that's why I have like several different classes of PGs. Like there are PGs I love watching because of their control of the game and how they pass and how they get their teammates involved and get them where they need to be. There's some that are PGs, but they're much better at scoring than, let's say, really dishing the ball to everybody. And so I think people just knowing which one they are, because I think some people try to be another version that's not really in their skill set. And that gets them into trouble. So, but again, all of this is this is my opinion and my perspective, like when I'm watching the game and when I'm watching especially the point guard position. And even though she's really good at the passing and the pace of the game, she can also get a bucket for herself. And so like her layup package is insane. I love watching her do layups because she does some crazy layups, and they're not like over the top crazy or flashy, but they're definitely not like normal layups either. But and so I mean everybody watch for different things, and that's just kind of what I look at and what I see. Some people have a little more flair and some people don't, and it's okay. But I think that once players play to who they are, they generally are going to have the better numbers for the type of player that they are. But I'm also waiting to see what her numbers are going to look like when Fee comes back. Because I think her assist numbers are going to go up when Fee comes back. So I'm excited to see that as well. Because that's one key piece that hasn't been on the court just yet. And I think they're planning on her coming back after All-Star. But I also think they're not going to rush her back, which is smart because right now they're doing enough to make sure they get in the playoffs. And so them not rushing Fee is super smart. But I foresee her assist numbers going up. Because she doesn't have the highest assist numbers right now. Even though she's a really good passer, she definitely doesn't have like the highest assist numbers right now, I believe. Let me see. I can just get the leaderboard. Let's see. Assists. Yeah, it's right now. Wait, that's not the leader. Hold on. I want to get for the season. Regular season. Shoot. They used to have a thing that was like right on the front. Okay, there we go. Us points, rebounds, assists. Okay, so right now, Alyssa Thomas is number 1 in assists per game at 8. Caitlin Clark is at number 2 with 7.8. Jordan Canada is at 3 with 7.6. Chelsea Gray is at 4 with 7.4. Jackie Young is at 5 with 6.6. And I think part of that too has been Miles has definitely had a few more like pretty good scoring games as opposed to assist games. But I definitely see that going up though. Let's see. All these players are pretty close. So all it's gonna take is like a really high assist game for somebody to take somebody's spot. But I'm also excited for All-Star Weekend because we got Miles, we got Paige. I'm excited to see this game. Cause I don't know how. Oh, we didn't really talk. I forgot to talk about Paige. Cause I love Paige as a PG as well. I did not mean to forget about Paige. I really enjoy watching Paige. I enjoy her mid range game and her ability to score out of the post up as a PG. Now, we want to talk about just getting buckets. Y'all already know, but I've been enjoying watching Money Mabry just get buckets. Money Mabry. All right. Whew, let's get this bottom half of the standings. The All-Star game is I think it's on a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So Saturday, July 25th at 8:30 p.m. I will most likely have it up in Discord because I'm pretty sure if I try to stream that, somebody gonna rat me out and they gonna cut it off. So I'll definitely I'll put it up in Discord. All right. In the ninth spot, we got Portland. And I've only watched a couple games from Portland, so I really don't have a viewpoint for Portland just yet. I have seen a few where they've had like some really good games, but they've also had some games not so great. And of course, they were the ones in that 4 overtime thriller with my Mystics. So they definitely have some really good players on the team. I just don't know if overall team wise, like they got it. So yeah, Portland is an interesting one right now. I don't really have a take on Portland just yet. LA is in the 10th spot. They've been up and down as well. Plum has been in and out for injuries and all kind of stuff. So they really haven't been able to create like a consistent lineup to play well together. But they have some really good players on their roster. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to be clicking fully. So we'll see. We'll see. At 11, we got Toronto, which of course we know they got Money Mabry. She's been lighting it up, but that hasn't always translated to wins for Toronto. So that's the unfortunate thing for them is it hasn't always translated to wins. She's been having a heck of a season. Slim is out for injury. They were actually playing well together, so hopefully once Slim gets back, they're able to get more wins and kind of move up in the standings. So I would love to see Toronto make the playoffs. I would love to see them end up in that like 7th or 8th spot. I think they'll produce some interesting playoff games. At 12, we got Chicago, which we know as an organization, Chicago has been a little sus the last few seasons. People still don't have a full picture and still have a lot of questions. Um, it's just, I don't know. It's a lot of, it feels like it's just chaos in Chicago. So they've had a lot of interesting storylines this season already. We're just getting to the halfway point, and they've had a lot of storylines between Skylar Diggins and them picking up Cloud and Rakia getting hurt, people not getting played. So it's been a little bit of a mess in Chicago, but they do have a couple bright spots with their rookie who has been hooping as well. And so hopefully she keeps playing well. And we'll see what Chicago ends up making up for themselves. Phoenix has been a surprise too, because they're in the 13th spot. I didn't see Phoenix being this low. Like, they're definitely not a top team, but I did not think they would be in the 13th spot either. So Phoenix has been a little bit of a surprise. You know, they've dealt with injuries, but I don't think they have a roster that meshes well either. So, yeah, I don't know what Phoenix is going to do either. Connecticut, 14th spot. Interesting team because we all know this is supposed to be the last season in Connecticut before they get relocated to Houston. So it's been hit or miss for them too. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like it was already a weird situation as soon as they announced that the team was being relocated and this was the last season in Connecticut. And I think that didn't help the situation. They definitely still have some good players and they fight and they try, but they're in that 14th spot. And the last spot, we got Seattle, which they've got a mixed bag too as far as their roster. So I'm not sure what Seattle wants their new identity to be, because once Suber retired, Drew Lloyd went somewhere else, Stewie went somewhere else. I feel like they haven't figured out what their identity is going to be moving forward, because they were so centered around Sue Bird and Stewie that once they left and a couple other key pieces left, they really didn't have like an identity for the Storm. Whereas before, for years, they had an identity. I think now Seattle doesn't really have an identity. So they're trying to figure it out. They have some good pieces, but we'll see how many of those pieces end up staying on the team. So there's quite a few teams that are just, we don't know. We don't know. But also, shoot, I forgot, but the trade deadline is next month. So we will see if there's any interesting trades before the trade deadline. Because I think it's early in August, if I'm not mistaken. I had the date written down. I don't remember where I wrote it. Yeah, I forgot what the exact date was, but I know it's in August. I think it's like that first Thursday of August. It's always like a weird day during a week, like a Wednesday or a Thursday. So we'll see if any teams make any interesting moves to try to make their roster a little bit more cohesive or better, or fill a role they didn't realize they needed and they do. So it's gonna be interesting to see if any big trades happen. So got about probably another 2 weeks for something like that. So we shall see. We shall see, y'all. But that's my rundown of the standings and all the teams and kind of where they are and possibly why they are where they are. But if you guys in the chat got any comments, questions, feel free. Three games tonight. That Liberty Indiana game should be interesting. Should be very, very interesting. Because that honestly is going to depend on which Liberty team shows up. And it's crazy to say that, but the Liberty have looked multiple ways. So it really is going to depend on which Liberty team shows up. I don't have any specific trades in mind, but I'm just hoping some teams don't make trades and jump the gun a little too early. Now, if you're like in the 10th spot or lower, you probably should make some moves. But I don't know. If some of these top teams make moves, it'll be very, very interesting. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Especially for some of the teams that probably have a good chunk of draft picks. Like, I hope they don't give up on too many players too quickly. Especially if you haven't actually given them like playing time to actually see what they can do. Because there are some rookies that really haven't been getting playing time. Some have, depending on the team, but some of them haven't. So you can't tell me that like you've seen enough. Like, but we shall see. But I mean, if the staff feels like they don't fit the play style, then maybe. But then I feel like, then why did you draft them in the first place? Like, I need teams to be drafting people that they actually want to use, and not just drafting just because. But I don't know. Phoenix probably should definitely make some moves. Probably Chicago, maybe even Portland. I think that would probably be the three teams that I see that probably need to make some moves. That's hard. Just because almost everybody that we've drafted, I feel like there's been like two that really hasn't gotten playing time. So I can't really say if they would fit or not because they haven't really been getting the chance to play. Which some fans and some people on socials question why certain players aren't getting in the game. But I do think that we could benefit from getting one more vet. Just because our team is really young, I think we could benefit from getting another vet. And it doesn't have to be a vet that's going to play a lot of time, but just like a vet with some knowledge that can help the team be better, give quality minutes, help them watch film and see where they could be better, where they could have made a better decision. So I do think we could benefit from another vet. But I can't say anybody that I would want us to trade, to be honest. Who the vets? So I don't know. We'll see, man. I am a little bit nervous just because ain't nobody really been saying nothing. I will say I'm gonna be very upset if certain pieces get moved. I think that would make me more upset than anything else. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for my Mystics is that vet that has experience and knowledge that can share with the younger crew. Like I've actually really enjoyed our team and watching them learn and grow from their mistakes and get better and compete every game. So, I don't think that's ever going to end. I don't think that's ever going to end. That's just, yeah, it's too deeply rooted at this point. It's too deeply rooted right now. It's too fresh for most people. It's too fresh. Too fresh. Oh man, I forgot to tell y'all. I'm a little bit sad because the women's baseball league, all of their jerseys sold out. The home, the away, all four teams sold out already. Now I'm happy for them, but I'm sad that I did not get one. I was trying to get at least one, and I missed. I missed it. Listen, I went on the website and I'm scrolling. And I'm like, where the jerseys go? Look it up. All sold out. Now that makes me happy that people are buying stuff and supporting this new league. But like I said, that was a little hit to the chest because I missed my opportunity to get mine early, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to restock them. So I do know I'm gonna have to put some money aside so that when they do restock, I can get me one immediately. So yeah, but definitely happy for the league and the players because the fact that they sold out before the season starts is actually fantastic. Like that's amazing. I emailed the league because I wanted to know because their tickets are different from like other leagues where if you get it on like Ticketmaster or something, you can transfer the tickets. I don't know if there's a setup like that yet. So I emailed the league to find out like how would I be able to like buy a couple tickets and like give it to somebody else to go to the game because obviously I'm not in Chicago, so I can't go to a game. But if the opportunity presented itself, I would like to send somebody who is in the area to the game. And I actually don't know many people in Chicago. The people that I knew that lived in Chicago don't live in Chicago anymore. So, yeah. So we'll see if they respond. But I definitely emailed them because I want to support the league in some way, even though I can't personally go to a game. Like somebody can go. I wish I can go to a game. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to. Y'all know I'll be trying to get people to games, whether it's basketball, soccer, um, We're gonna throw baseball in there. I gotta see about the volleyball tickets too for the volleyball league because they'll be starting soon as well. So like even if we don't have teams here where I am, I would love to get tickets and like gift them to somebody who's like local and can go to the game. So that's always a part of my plan because being able to get people to games live, give away merch, all that stuff, that's always in the works in my mind and setting up ways to be able to do it. So, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get a response. We will wait and see. I hate when it like gets warm where my setup is. Like my house is cool, but where my setup is, it be getting warm. Like getting warm. Oh, and for those of you who are in here, I'm just gonna say, look up the clip of Marina Mabry getting hit with a shoe during the game. You'll thank me later. I forgot to talk about that last week. Like, y'all gotta look it up. I don't think I've ever seen a player get hit with a shoe during a game. It's like one of the funniest things that happened this season to me. That was so random and hilarious at the same time. I'm pretty sure people watching the game was probably like, I know I didn't just see what I think I saw. That's definitely in my top funny moments this season, I swear. Oh my goodness. That was, yeah. That's definitely one of my favorite moments this season. All right. Okay, we good. We good. I got a good episode in on the fly. Whew. Yeah, 'cause this morning was a little weird, but we still made it happen. Thanks to Sacred going in Discord and being like, "Ma'am, it's Saturday. Where are you?" I was cracking up when I saw your message. I'm like, I know. I'm getting it together. It just be bothering me when I can't, like, usually every week I have, like, as the week goes on, I have like an idea or vision for my episode, and if somehow like that gets thrown off, like sometimes I don't want to do an episode anymore because I'm like, this is not what I had envisioned in my mind for this week. But I know I'm gonna have to get over that because some weeks it's just about, getting in here, chatting it up with you guys, even if it wasn't the exact episode I envisioned. So sometimes I have to fight with myself. Because I definitely always enjoy chatting with you guys, sharing information with you guys, getting your perspective from when you watch games and the players you enjoy watching, all that. So I appreciate all of you guys that hang out with me. I know Matrix, and I know that, but sometimes it's hard. Like I'm in life in general, I'm gonna go with the flow. But for some things, like going with the flow is a little bit of more of a challenge. Like it's definitely easier for me to go with the flow on my personal channel, but I think I hate to say it this way, but I have a little bit of a higher expectation from myself for the sportscast than I do for like me just like gaming on my channel. Like I like to have like a consistent flow of information, perspective, and not too much like just random filler, if that makes sense. Because my vision for this channel is I would say my vision for this channel is bigger than like the vision for my personal channel. Like my personal channel, I'm really there. Like I'm there to have fun, to laugh, play a game, probably be horrible at a game every now and then, or do a cosplay and have fun doing that. Whereas like my sports channel, I want to have a grander impact, if that makes sense, as far as viewers being able to trust the information that I've provided, the books that I've shared, um, all the merch that I share with you guys, to be able to get it, be able to either get it yourself or me be able to gift it to you. Being able to get people to live games and introduce them to maybe other leagues they didn't even know existed. Um, and so, and sometimes I overthink, or I'm like, there's so many out there. I have to condense it or kind of space it out a little bit. But like I said, I have to fight with myself sometimes, and sometimes I just have to let myself just come on here and do the episode, and we can talk about all the players, all the leagues, whatever you guys want to talk about, and know that the episodes don't always have to have the exact same flow or design, but making sure the episodes actually happen. Because I can't have an impact if I don't have the episode. So if I don't create the episode, there's nobody to see it or be impacted by it. So that has to outweigh any other doubts. Trying to make sure I didn't inadvertently add something else to collection and forgot to tell y'all about it. I did take a little bit of a break from spending, so I think the candy corn shoes was the latest addition. Oh shoot. I probably did show y'all the Golden State jerseys. So definitely got the Veronica Burton jersey. And then that lilac purple. But y'all know I like Veronica Burton too, so I'm gonna end up having a lot of point guard jerseys. Cause I like watching Veronica Burton play too. But, yeah, everything else y'all should know about. I haven't snuck anything else into the collection. Good old body armor. Oh yeah, Gabby Williams. She's a hooper. And I'm telling y'all, I really, really want a guard to win Defensive Player of the Year this year. I love me some Asia, but I really want a guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's on my wish list. I want a guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. It could be Gabby Williams. It could be Ryan. I don't even care. I just want a guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. I swear it's almost inherently always going to a post player. I feel like a guard is gonna have to average like 3 or 4 steals a game to even be in consideration. Yeah. What's crazy is a lot of my stuff I order on from Dick's Sporting Goods because like usually just about anything I've ordered from them, like I've gotten it fast. Like they be on it. They be on it. And I'm mad at myself because they had these really good WNBA shorts and randomly I found them on sale and they were like $11-12 and I knew I should have got a couple pair because now all the shorts went back to normal price. So now I done missed my opportunity because those shorts are super comfortable. When was what, BFK? I ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm always browsing. I'm always keeping my eye on stuff. So I know eventually most of the stuff at some point it randomly go on sale. But that's how I got the two Valk jerseys. Like the purple Martin jersey I got for $20. And then Veronica's jersey, I think I got for 30. But I'm trying to hold off on jerseys for the two at the top of my list. But I don't know what it is. For some reason, like Toronto and Portland, like their jerseys are just like not in a lot of the stores, even online. Like I've been keeping my eye out, but both of the two new franchises, like their jerseys just not there. Do 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 do. Boo boo. Oh, I don't even remember when I got them. It's been a minute because I definitely caught them on sale. I definitely got them on sale. Yeah, anytime I see a jersey that's like 30 or less, oh, I'm definitely got to cop at least one. Cause what you mean $30 or less for a jersey? Especially considering most of the jerseys are now are 100 plus. So I try to take advantage when I can. I try. I try to walk away and I stumble. That's how I feel when I try to walk away from deals. Let me get out of here coming up with these random song lyrics. I need to stop. I got a question. Matrix, have you ever gone to Fanatics Fest? Or did you know what Fanatics Fest is? Do you think it's like something worth going to? I never knew Fanatics Fest. But for some reason, like I saw a lot of it this year, and I'm just because I think ahead, and I'm like trying to see if there's something I want to look into for next year. I listen, this is my first year. Like, I mean, I saw so many posts about it, but I think because I've been more like gearing my social platforms to sports. Because before, I didn't see anything about this thing, but this year I was seeing it a lot. So I might have to look into this for next year. I might have to look at planning to go next year. Boom, boom. I think it said it's always in New York, right? So yeah, I might have to look into that. That might have to be my trip next year. Oh yeah, no, like I definitely would expect that to be the case, but I feel like most things, if I can plan to like try to attend something like that, like one time in my lifetime, like that'd be cool with me. Cause I'm like New York is not that far from me, so that's definitely a more reasonable trip expenses wise than a lot of other places. Cause like getting to New York wouldn't cost me that much, and I'm pretty sure I know enough people in New York that I wouldn't have to spend too much on lodging either. So I'm just thinking like money wise, it would definitely be more realistic than some of this other stuff. So, cause I mean, I'm a big women's sports person, but I do love just like sports in general. So I feel like even for some of the other stuff, like I would definitely see other athletes that I know and watched and be okay with that. You should have went. Come on. Kai was there too. I'm surprised you didn't go. Ooh, looks like we getting a thunderstorm, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Thunderstorm definitely just started, so I'm definitely going to end it right here because I definitely don't want to that in the short circuit to go crazy. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. We will definitely look into the Fanatics Fest thing and all that. But y'all know where to find me, DM, socials. But yeah, great episode. Again, always got to end with we are here to educate, appreciate, promote, and support women's sports. Educate, appreciate, promote, and support women's sports. Welcome home.